Hello there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to my channel, and we're still working today on the Boho Journal, and I really fancied making myself a snippet roll. It's not really much of a roll because you can probably see it's not a very long piece I've got here. This is some of the fabrics that I spray painted some time ago. I think it was when I started doing the fairy journal. I seem to keep referring to the fairy journal. I think it's because the colours are similar, or some of the colours are similar, and this is all I had left in these colours. I really love this. I didn't really want to use it in a way, but I thought I can always spray some more, so it's a bit silly to hoard it. And I had to, it was a bit wider and smaller, so I've actually I've glued a couple of bits together to make it long enough. Because I thought this bit, because it's double-sided and actually the other side is even prettier, got a bit of gold and everything on. I thought if I had used it down the side of a page, this side would be embellished, but this side would also look quite pretty, and therefore you don't have to, it would look quite nice if it was sticking out the other side. So I thought maybe this would be a good one to use rather than something just plain and like we usually use a piece of linen or something like that. I thought maybe this would be quite a good one to use because it's quite robust as well for gluing things to. The spray paint, not paint, or I think it's paint, well, the spray inks make it a bit stronger. And I have got another piece here in a different colours. I've got this piece, which I could also use to do another one if I wanted to, which I might then use for just making little clusters out of. But I thought this one I could use for putting down the side of a couple of pages. I don't think it'll go down many pages because it's not very long, but I wanted to try it anyway, using all my beautiful fabrics and bits and pieces. So let's get started. So I thought I'm just going to cut bits up and glue them on. So I've got this piece of netting which I thought would make quite a nice backgroundy piece. Quite a large piece of knitting. This was off I think I did an 80s themed, we had an 80s themed night at work, and I bought this. There's like a rah-rah skirt thing which had all this netting underneath, so I kept the knitting because I thought it'd be quite good to use in journals, and I have used it a few times. Just a bit of fun, bit of colour. So I'm going to just pop a few bits of this on because this is just... So what I think I'll do is I'll put a few background pieces on that are not too embellishy looking. What am I coming up with these words? Embellishy, that makes no sense. That's not got these really heavy bits on, because then I want to sew it all, and then I'll put a few more embellishments on top that you can't sew through. That's what I'm trying to say, badly. So I might just put a few bits of this bit of netting here and there. And I'm just going to have to do a bit of a light coverage of glue, so I won't use Fabri-Tac. I think I might just I can probably use my glue stick just to attach some of these. They're just the first layer. It's all about building up the layers. Actually, I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? I'm on the pretty side. I don't really want to cover the pretty side because that's the side that's going to stick out. So yeah, let's turn it over. Okay. Bit of that there. Bit of that there, and if it's a bit too wide, I can always trim them down a bit. Want to cover up this join. Piece here. And another piece there. Right, and I do want to use some lace as well. Let's see what I've got. I might try sticking with the coloured lace. So I've got this. It's a nice thin piece. I think I'll need some lighter colours as well, otherwise it'll be a bit too... I need to have a bit of light relief too, don't I? So, got some of that. No, that's not going to work. So I might bring in some of my other laces as well at some point. Let's see what I've got. Bit of that. Let's just cut a few pieces of these off, just to bring in the different colours. This has got, I think the only problem with this background is it's so very turquoisey. It might be a bit difficult to bring in the other colour. I might do when when the layers have built up a bit and I've managed to, excuse me, diffuse that colour a little bit. Although this isn't going to do that, is it? This isn't going to diffuse anything. This is just adding to the colour. But never mind. I love this lace, so I want it to go on here. Just cutting a few bits. Right, and one more. Ooh. There we are. I'm just having a little play, really, with my pretty laces and all sorts of pretty things. Right, I might bring in a little bit of the gold fabric. That'll bring in another colour element. So I'm still keeping it all quite flat. I'm just building it up, building up a few more, starting to introduce a few more colours. Now that will come out, but I think that'll be okay. I think by the time we've added other stuff, these colours will just poke through a little bit. I think, at least that's the theory. Yeah. And glue that there. So what I will do is when I'm happy with the coverage, I will go off my sewing machine and sew through, and then we'll come back and embellish with all the prettiness, with all the slightly more blingy bits. It's a bit tricky because I have got far more of these kind of turquoisey colours that I can use than I have the warm orangey colours that are in the kit. So it's a bit difficult to combine the two. but you need to bring both in order to, because they're all in, nearly all the pages that I'm of the kit have both colours in, so I need to bring it into this snippet roll somehow. Now I have got some orange fabric, which I'm not sure whether I'm brave enough to use on this, because it's really, really bright. Maybe if I put just a little bit here and there in the background, it'll just peek through. Okay, I've got this really pretty fabric here. It's got a bit more variety of colours in it, but I really love it. So I think my sister gave me this bit of fabric and I really like using it. I've used it in a number of things, I think. It's a bit different. Put the bit off, it's a seam. Not quite sure what she used it for, but I really like it. It brings in another kind of colour element, doesn't it? Just a bit big. There. I know it's a bit mad. Looks a bit mad to my eyes as well. I've got a big gap here, haven't I? A bit more orange, I think. Just a little bit. And I'm going to go back to my first colour of lace, which I really like. Put a bit more of that in. And a little bit more of that down here. This is quite gluey now, so I won't be able to sew it straight away. Need it all to dry. So any more flattish pieces I can bring in before I start sewing. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I don't know whether I'll use it, but I really like it. Oh, there's a bit of this. Oh yeah, I could use a bit of this. Right, so I think I've got reasonably good coverage. So I need to let this dry. I will sew, I think probably do, I might go around it, I'm not quite sure. It's not very wide. Not sure whether I'll do 2 rows or a big zigzag down the middle. Haven't quite decided. I don't want to miss any bits. But most of them go into the middle somewhere, don't they? So I might get away with that. I don't know. But anyway, I'll come back soon when I've done that, and then we'll start adding some of these more embellished bits. So I've got this beautiful gold piece. It's all embroidered, which we can kind of start to put on top, and a few other embellishments I may add. Yep, that's what I will do very soon. Right, so I have now sewn my little strip. I used a sort of warm cream colour, almost a goldy colour. I did actually think about using Lurex Gold, but I thought that might be a bit too much. Right, so the other thing I did while I was off camera, I took another piece of the the other piece I showed you of the painted or the sprayed fabric, and it's a bit bigger, so I put 2 pieces together, and I decided what I would do. So I've done 1/2 of the fabric just in the warmer colours, in the orangey shades, and then I'm going to do the other half in the more turquoisey shades. So if I want to go just one colour, I can take a piece from either end of this, and if I want something a bit more mixed up, I'll go for this piece. And also this is a little bit narrower than this one, so I might use it differently. But the other thing I realised while I was off camera, I actually had a quick check of the colours in the kit. This is quite a good indication of the tones, and as you can see, the orange polka dot doesn't go at all. So I'm going to be endeavouring to cover up more of that than I even had already, because I think that colour just doesn't work. I tried it in various spots and it just glared at me as being just all wrong. So I've already managed to cover up most of the bits. So I put quite a lot of the orange on this piece, and I've covered up most of it, and there's still going to be some decoration to do, and I haven't sewn this one. So I don't know if we'll get a chance to start working on this half today, but I just thought I'd show you. So this half will be all using all the turquoises and blues on this side. So that's that one to be finished. But I doubt if we'll get to it today. I've just realised I haven't put my timer on, so I'm just going to pause a moment and do that. Right, so now we're going to add some more fun things onto here, and a little bit more textured pieces. So I've got all my orangey, goldy, and some of them a bit red pieces in this bowl, and I've got a bowl full of gorgeous turquoises and blues and other bits and pieces in here, and I've also got a few other decorative pieces dotted around me. So I think the first thing I want to use is going to be this piece, because I think I need this to cover up some of that orange because that's just not working. I'm just going to cut that down there. Hope it doesn't all start unravelling. And to the middle. So I think I might just put that right on the end of this there, or I like it better there, I think. Maybe this smaller piece can go on the end. So I won't be sewing in these because some of them are going to have, I think, some sequins and things on, so I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac, I think. Where have I put it? I had it. There it is. Just handy. So handy I couldn't see it. So put that on. Oh, hang on, which is the way? Right. Oh, that's the upside down. I think that's the right way up. Or is it? Nah. Now let's have a look. Which way round does it make sense? That's the best way. That's the way it should be. Got them both upside down. That looks better. A lot brighter. So we'll just get the Fabri-Tac going on this piece. Okay. There we are. Successfully disguising that clashing orange. And another piece here. So this one does seem to be going more towards the turquoises than the orangey tones, but I'm hoping I can bring a bit of that in as well. What else have I got? I've got this beautiful piece, look at that, that's gorgeous, I didn't see that before. So I might use a piece of that. So I can cut it down here. And maybe just cut a piece off. Quite thick. Cut it there. Okay, we're going to cover up this piece of orange here. We're doing quite well on that. And what else have we got? Going quite towards the gold really with this rather than the orangey colours. Now I could use a piece of this, so they're kind of half wanting to keep it to use to back something on a tag or something, but it does go really well. Maybe I'll just use a bit of it. Once it's gone, it's gone. No. Maybe I'll use a piece of that. Just to cover that up, I think. And then we'll put something else over the top, I should think. Yeah. I think I've got to get myself out a nice piece of wet wipe, so I'm going to just grab that in a second. Now I need a little bit more blingy bling. I've got this piece. It's quite blingy. It's a little bit on the pink side, but I'm half inclined to start bringing in some of these other colours. Oh, and that's just another thing I thought I could use on here. Maybe towards the end. Some of these gold leaves, so I think I might just keep those out. And what about a bit of a ribbon? I'll be able to use a bit of that too. Right, let's have a look. What else have I got in the way of sparkle? I've got this piece. And I've got that. That's lovely. I'm a bit too red for me. I don't know if I can use a piece of that. Ooh. Could try it, couldn't I? Because I've got quite a lot of turquoise, but I want to just bring in a few other bits. Right, I'm just going to see if I can actually cut a piece of this. As long as I cut between the stones, I might just manage it. Just bring in a little bit of this. Oh, yeah, look at that. Ooh. That is bright. But that's all good now. What have I done with it? Oh, can never see my glue for looking. Yeah, it's a bit red, but I'm going to live with that because I think it's less glaring than that orange was. And I think I want a piece of this as well. Don't know which is the right side. This is the right side. This would probably been better if I put this on before I stitched, but it's too late now. Can't do any more stitching now. I've got these sort of things on, and I've still got some more of the blue turquoisey cut thing bits to put on as well, and maybe a few other little bits. Got to remember that this isn't very long, so I can't add too many things. I'm going to put that up there. So I don't know if you can see that. Up there. So I'm getting some of the other colours in there. I'd also like to... am I going to do any more with these colours? See what else I've got. Oh, that's doing that. That going, little piece. Don't know, it's a bit scary to try cutting this up really. Feels a bit wrong. No, I can't quite do it. I'm going to try. I'm going to cut down here. Can I cut through? Oop, lost a little bead, but I imagine I'll lose a few more before the day is out. Okay, bit of glue, and then we'll have a look at some of the turquoisey pieces I've got. I've got some beautiful blues and some purples as well, so they may all go in, I don't know yet. Maybe not this one so much. I think I've got enough colours. Stick that little bead back on. And maybe it'll stop the others falling off too. Oh, that was a bad move, wasn't it? Nearly stuck it to my desk. I'm just going to put that little bead back, or the other little bead back on the end there. Okay, right. So now, let's bring out some of the other colours. So I've got this was the piece of the table runner that I used for the cover of my fairy journal, if you remember. And I just love it. I'm going to use a piece of this. Not as big, quite a big piece like this, obviously I'm going to cut it down. There we are. Whoop. Where do I want to put you? I'm going to put you here. Okay. find another smaller piece, I think. Down here. Maybe another little piece at the other end. There we are. There's a space crying out to be filled just there. Okay, what else we got? I wonder about this, whether that's a bit, might be a bit too much. That will need to be more in the background. I'll try a little piece of this and see. It's purple, but I don't know. This will work. Oh, I think I want to get rid of those black beads. I might just put that there. Right. Oop. Where was I going to put it? I'm going to put it here, I think. Could be wrong. But I'm happy with it there. Oh, I'm getting so gluey. Oh, I forgot to put my top on. Oh. Right, let's see what else I've got. Now there's a piece of this which is rather delicious. It's on a black base, but I can get rid of most of the black. I'll put that there. It's fun just sticking all these little bits of gorgeousness hither, thither and willy-nilly all over the place. Where was I going to put this? Here, I think. I don't think it was where I put it originally, but changed my mind. And maybe one more piece. It's quite scary cutting up these beautiful pieces, but that's why I bought them. So I need to use them. Where do I want that? Is that too close? Maybe there. Okay. I'm rather inclined to use a bit more of this lace. So what I might do is try and ruffle it a bit. Where shall I put it? I might pop it here. It makes a bit more of a statement if it's a bit ruffled. I can get it to stick like that. Okay, sort of scrunched up a bit, and then I might put something on top of it. So I've got a few bits that I can add. Not sure if they're the sort of bits I want to add to this or not. I've got this little, it's like a little bow tied up with some gold thread. I could put that on there somewhere. With maybe, I have a few buttons as well. Maybe I could put a little button in the middle of it. Might be a bit too bulky. I've also got some butterflies that have been punched. Maybe this one. And I'm going to add some bling to them, I think. I think the bigger one looks better. Not quite the colour I was looking for, it's a little bit pale. Got this one. That might work. I'm going to cover it with some bling though. I'm going to glue that down. There. And before I do, I need to get the yuckity yuck. Keep forgetting to put that on, don't I? So I'm going to kind of just pop that there, I think. Just a little bow. I made several of these. That was the last one I had left. Right, I'm going to grab a little mat. And put some bling on these butterflies. Bling, what am I talking about? Glitter. It's called Cosmic Shimmer, Cosmic Twinkles. So I'm going to twinkle up these butterflies. Came out in a bit of a rush. Might have to spread it over the two. Right, can you see what I'm doing? It's very, very twinkly now. That one, oh, there was another one, wasn't there? I was going to use that other one. Okay. I'm going to have to let these dry. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, so I've glittered up the little butterflies. Some of them I probably won't use them all. I just thought I'd glitter them all up while I was at it. And also I took the two tiny ones. I'll show you the punch I used. So this is a Martha Stewart punch. So you get the two little butterflies and the slightly bigger one. And then I've also got her other, well this one as well, which is the bigger butterflies, this one. So I've got a couple of these little ones. And what I did was I took my gold liquid pearls, here we are, there, and just did a little blob in each of the middles. When the glitter is dry, I think I'm going to use some of these little crystals in the middle. One for the smaller one and a couple for the others if I use them. So, but they just need to dry before I can do those. So I just need to put those to one side for a moment. And in the meantime, I'm just going to put a few more bits on. It's one of those things. It's hard to know when to stop, quite frankly. So I'd like to put another piece of this purpley one. Right. So, because I'm thinking this is really quite loud. So I want to knock that back a little and put a little bit there, I think. Sometimes you put things on and afterwards you think they really, not quite sure they go. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So if I can knock that back a little bit. I was going to put another piece on, but I thought, no, they're a bit too attention grabbing, those pieces, I think. And I know they're all a bit attention grabbing, but I want them all to be a bit sort of harmonious, if that makes any sense. To kind of work together, even though they're very different colours. I know what I mean, probably nobody else does. And I might put this other little piece down here just to finish that up. Probably by the time I've put this on, it's going to make my journal so bulky I won't be able to use it. I don't know. Well, I'll have them sticking out a bit at the edge of the page probably. This is very much for edge of the page decoration, so hopefully the bulky bits will stick out enough. Not to be a problem, I'm hoping. But if I can't use it, I've enjoyed making it anyway. I need something here, I think. So I have got this piece. I'm thinking I might just cut a little piece off the edge. These flowers, these circular bits are a bit too big. Maybe I could just cut the stem a little bit. It's a very, very narrow piece, but I just wondered if it would go on there. That look a bit daft. Yeah, it does. Looks a bit daft. Not quite right. Okay, let's have another go. Let's do... There's a sort of flowery bit here. I could possibly put on somewhere. No. Don't know if I like it there. Don't like it there. Don't know if I like it anywhere. Nope, it's not quite right. It's not what I'm looking for. I don't think that's going to go. I want something here, but I don't think that's going to work. It'll go somewhere. It might go on the other one. I want something small, I think. Well, I'm going to stick a few of these on, so maybe this will be the thing to use. Little bits of gold leafy bits just scattered about. I'm just going to trim off that bit there. Yeah, I'm going to put these bits on. Now, this is going to be tricky and gluey. Just try and do little dots. Such a thing is possible. Don't need a lot with these things because they're quite dainty and easy to stick down. Don't need a lot of glue. How about that? I think that adds a little something, what it needed. And a couple of other little bits that I've trimmed. I just need to trim that a little more. I think one at this end. You can see that. One there. So of course I shall need another one at the other end. I happen to have one just to hand, just a tiny one. I try not to use too much of it. Of course I'm hoarding these little gold leaves, which is ridiculous. You just buy it by the metre and you can just buy some more, but I would like to just eke it out as much as I can. Yeah, I like those. They just give it that little extra bit of something. Okay. Just wondering if any of my little buttons will work. Not too sure. There are people who do use buttons to great effect, but I don't think I'm one of them. It's a bit orangey. Like this one. Maybe these will slot in a little bit. I could do with another one of those, really, couldn't I? But of course I don't have one. I'm not too sure about these orangey ones. Are they the right orange? No, I'm not confident with those. I'm not going to use them at the moment. I might use them somewhere else or after I've... Yep, I'm not too happy with those. I could see if any of my little cabochons will fit. But if not, I'll just go with a few little butterflies. Something like that might go. Could be too heavy. It's a shame I haven't got any small ones. Really. I keep bringing this one out and then not using it because I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it in the wrong place where it's not going to really shine. That might work somewhere. Could that go there? Got this one which is a bit bigger. Maybe brass rather than gold. Actually, that might work. I do quite like that. I might just try that one there. I'm not sure about this tool, but oh, there, maybe. don't really use these very much, so I think it's time I took the plunge and just plonk them on. I just wish I could buy a whole load of really small ones, but I've not been able to find anywhere. They just do the little ones. I don't mind different shapes and a variety of smaller sizes, but it's having to mix in those really big ones, which are not really so easy to use. I could use one on a belly band or on a side, on something bigger, on something tall, I suppose. That might go there. Now, can I use anywhere else on here? On the back button, that button there. And this one, might be a good colour. It's going to need some sort of some sort of thread through the middle, I think, of that one. No, that one's too pale. And what about this one? Oops. I think I've gone way over my time, so I'm going to have to finish. And hope that I can edit down the video enough so it doesn't go on too long. I think I might put that on there. No, I'm going to have to put something through the middle, so I will finish that off camera, I think. I just want to see if any of my butterflies can be used. Could put that there. And I'll put the bling on after. There. There. I'm going to add a few butterflies here and there, I think. And then I might just take some photos and add them on the end, because I still feel like I've not quite finished, but I'm pretty sure I've gone over time, so I'm sorry about that. And you can see where I'm going with this. This has not got much more to do. I just got a few little finishing touches I want to make, and then I'll take some photos and add them on the end. So thank you very much for joining me today, and we'll see what we do in the next one. I have no idea at the moment, but I think I'm going to carry on with this because I'm having so much fun. Okay, bye for now.